Hello, welcome to my channel. And today we're going to talk about having a good job with great benefits is a flex with so many layoffs. Dot dot dot. Starting a business is hard. I'm curious to know what Anton Daniel's going to talk about. I know I react to him before. I know sometimes I like his videos, and most of the times I don't because I disagree with a lot of things he said. But in this case, I'm just going to see if we like his advice and I like this, what he's going to say, because I know with Anton, he likes to say a lot of silly stuff that doesn't make sense. And it's not really realistic for me and other people. But this is what we're going to do. Is going to react to what he means by his topic that he's going to say. Let's get to the video.
My day to day is no different than when I was in corporate America, which kind of justifies getting a job. You know what I'm saying? Because if your life doesn't change, regardless of what the bag is, and you can still complete everything that you're doing from a content or an entrepreneurial perspective, but you can still get that corporate bag, get that corporate bag. Get the corporate bag, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care what nobody tell you. For whatever reason, we've started to say in society, and we started to, and it's so weird because we're in a time where people need money more than ever, and they've been complaining over the last 4 years about how inflation and the cost of living and over.
Mm, I don't think getting the corporate bag is for everybody. Let's just say you need to find a good job with benefits during these times of inflation. And I'm in that same boat too. So yeah, I get it. I get where he's coming from, but I would not say corporate. Yes, I think people should experience and have new experiences and try corporate America if they've never done it before, just to let them know to see if it's for them or not. And we can always say that, hey, I would never do this and I never tried it before because a friend or a parent went through it and they treat them wrong. But if we put ourselves in that position to see, hey, what about me? How does the corporate world fix with myself in it or not? And I think that's where we need to start looking at things of how's it involve me in this type of world if I never done it before. And yeah, I think everyone needs to have their own realistic goals of what they can achieve, and not every advice is subjective because with Anton telling me, oh, I need to work a corporate job, well, you know, it depends on where I live. Are they hiring? Are they looking for people like myself? And I think at the end of the day, that's where it all comes down to. And if you like this video so far, hit the like button.
In Seattle, they raised the minimum wage to $20 an hour, and it's a lot of businesses going out of business. Now is the best time in society to get your ass a regular job. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me how we've started to demonize people that have regular jobs. I know it's always going to be cool to be following a person on Instagram that sound like they living a crazy life and all of that stuff. Man, that's not realistic. That's not even a real thing. Matter of fact, I'll do you one better because I did a Patreon exclusive live stream yesterday, and it was dope. So if you're not a part of the Bag Chasers, make sure you tap into the Bag Chasers. And I'm not gonna tell you what it was about, but it was incredible.
But I do agree with Anton saying like these online influencers that flex that downplays jobs, like you need a job, like jobs are bad, which they're not. They're the wonderful thing and they're the best. I think it's best for 95% of people. There's nothing wrong with having a job. And we just listen to the social media hype like like this person's doing well, but they're really not. They're just trying to sell you something so they can make you money. And every unfortunately, I can't believe I'm saying this. Every influencer always have an ulterior motive, and eventually, you gotta find that out for yourself.
Incredible, incredible. So much insight and information and things that allow for you to be able to run up a bag more effectively. this year, we had a lot of people that was inside of that live stream. So shout out to all of the new bag chasers. Best time to join the Patreon is the beginning of the year. But it's interesting because what I explain to people a lot of times is the play is to be able to get a regular job. I'm telling you. The play, I'm going to say it again and I'm going to break it down for the people in the back that don't understand, is to be able to get a regular job. If you are able to, and most people, especially if you are higher up, right? Especially if you in software engineering, cybersecurity, cloud, all of that stuff, AI, most of us only do about maybe 2 hours worth of work a day, if that. If it's a busy day, you might really deep dive into it. If you got a project, a due date, or something like that, you may do 3 hours worth of work. The other part of the day is doing what you want to do, milling around, or you may be in meetings. Most of the day, you are in meetings. It's the easiest bag that you can get going forward. Now, if you have a job that's a little bit more strenuous and you are a UPS driver or something like that, I get it. I understand. You don't want your back hurting and stuff like that. If you're in a trade, I feel you. I feel you. But if you are able to get one, and that's why during the pandemic, a lot of times, especially when everybody was working from home, it was a lot of people that was doing more than one job at a time because that was an easy bag. But now we've glorified entrepreneurship for what? Most people, and I'm not saying
I agree. We definitely have glorified entrepreneurship, especially the hype ever since the pandemic. Oh, especially after the great resignation in 2020 or 2021. Oh, you need to start your own business. That's the best type of wealth. But reality, most people don't know how to work a business or don't even have the capital to come up with a business or even operate. If we actually break it down in a sense, which I'll probably do that on another video of how to break down what business you want to start. But at the end of the day, I would say most people don't have it. And most people need to work a job, save enough money to do that business or not, because that's business costs money. And it takes a long time, unless you have like an investor or corporate funding to fund your business. I mean, you're gonna be funding it yourself. And it's not easy. It is not easy.
you shouldn't start your own business because obviously I'm an advocate for you starting your own businesses depending on what the circumstance. It's a case by case basis. But for 98%, 99% of people that have their own business, you know what you just did? You created a job for yourself. You're not building generational wealth. You're not passing the business down to your kids. You're not doing none of that stuff. That's all bullshit that they selling you on the internet. Stop believing all of this nonsense that they selling you about entrepreneurship. There are very few people in this world that are building something that their children can go to college to learn more insight and bring that into the company that they already building. You don't, as a matter of fact, I would be willing to bet that you don't know nobody that has built up the type of company that their kids would want to work for once they was able to pay for them to go to college and graduate at 22, 23 years old.
Uh-huh.
Most people just create a job for themselves or some extra income to supplement them from what they was already doing. Most people, and that's why they say most businesses fail, is just creating a job. Even foreigners, right? When you see these people coming over here and they creating restaurants, you know what? Asian restaurants tend to last and be more successful than other traditional restaurants, or the restaurant industry is so difficult, is because they don't have to deal with all of the extras that come along with dealing with other people. You know what they do? They work the job themselves, day in, day out. They may close for like 2 or 3 weeks or even a month towards the end of the year or right before Christmas so that they can go and visit their homeland and they spend a bunch of time. But they plan for that all year long and they let the customers know. But outside of that, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, they work in it. They don't take no days off. They work the job themselves, which prevent them from having to give the money out to other people, which basically says that they've tied themselves, they've enslaved themselves, so to speak, figuratively speaking, to that position. And most people that have a business, I don't care if you're an electrician, you created whatever it is that you do, 9 times out of 10, you created a job for yourself. And that's dope because you've carved out a place in the marketplace that then makes you, you're not as dependent on anybody else. That's the play, is to have multiple sources of income to where you're not dependent on anybody.
And yes, and that is a beautiful feeling. And I disagree. I agree, not disagree with that too. That yeah, if you create yourself your own job that you love and care about, you want to go 7 days a week and you love it. That's right. And you're creating income and you're able to save, put aside, and not want to hire any other people, and you're okay with doing that. That is fine. That is okay. I commend you. But in order to make true wealth is really not replacing, but putting jobs off to other people where they can start hiring and hiring other people, so you don't have to work as much, even though you still have to work. But at the end of the day, you have to hire employees to delegate some of the responsibilities and tasks, so you don't do it all yourself. And I'm going to end the video right here. And if you want to continue watching more of Anton, I'm going to leave the link down here. And if you like this video, like it and subscribe. And if you want to watch this next video where if I agree with this financial advisor or not, I'm going to put the video up here.